Like there's not going to be any of this like checking people's stuff out in private. It's all going to be known. You know what I mean? So there's going to be some things that, well, I'm interested to see, like the reaction. You know, people seem excited, but in practice, I'm really interested to see how much do they like, because I think a lot of people think of themselves as the good guy, right? Very few people are like, I'm the villain, right? Like it's rare, you know. I think I might have a kid who thinks she is, but I kind of like that about her. Anyways. But I think most people think of themselves as the good guy. But I think when you're held accountable, when your decisions are recorded, and then you know they're going to be displayed to anybody who works with you, I think people are going to be scared of it. You know, that's just the reality. Because like, if you're honest with yourself, you're like, man, am I going to cut it? Am I going to cave? You know, but I think that's good for humanity. I think that's good for people. And I ultimately think that the data will show that most people will choose to do the right thing more than not. And so like, I don't think people will get punished for one-off, like, yeah, I no showed and I shouldn't have, and that was my bad, you know. But like, if you see a story where that's a one-off, like that's not going to be held against you. But if it seems like it's more and more consistently happening, it should be held against you, right? Like there should be consequences for each participant. As long as it's fair, I think more people will like it. And the people who don't are the people we don't want participating, right? They're the people who are doing bad more of the time. You know, they don't want it to be fair because that's not in their best interest, they think. You know, so I think it's in the rest of our best interest, all of us who are actually trying to be the good guys, who are trying to do the right thing, you know, to give this kind of thing a real shot and prove it, to prove that it's better, to prove that it'll work, you know. But, you know, it's going to be an ugly baby at first, right? It's not going to work perfectly. It's not going to have all these features we're talking about yet. You know, it's going to be added over time. And so I'm just really hoping that the early believers will have the patience to work with us, collaborate with us, to add what is most important to add, you know, while being patient, you know, with the things that they want that aren't there just yet, you know. And I'm having to practice that all the time with my poor tech team. You know, they're like, yeah, they're like, oh gosh, you just want everything now. And I'm like, of course I do. Like, you know, it's like, well, I'm working weekends, right? Like it's yeah, but we got to be healthy. We got to keep it sustainable. And yeah, I think as long as we keep getting 1% better at a time together, like we will change the way that everyone in the world finds work, you know. And so that's kind of the plan, starting with what we know in healthcare, you know, a very tailored vertical experience. And then hopefully, I'm hoping somewhere between July to August, we would release what, I need a better term, generic version. Basically, you know, the horizontal one. You know, it's like, oh, it'll be like, hey, are you healthcare or not? You know, and if you're healthcare, you get this tailored version. If you're not, like, you get this kind of generic version. It'll have customizable fields. It'll have the same scoring stuff and the same, like, you can stop people from applying to your job who don't have a field matching.